So here we are at the Melting Pot in Littleton, Colorado. We wanted to come here for my birthday. Well, first we wanted to go to Disney for my birthday, but that ended up being canceled because of the quarantine and Disney was closed. And then we wanted to come here, but they weren't open yet. They were doing to-go, but somehow fondue to-go for me wouldn't be as good. So they opened up this week and I made a reservation, so it's a belated birthday dinner for me. So far I've ordered the Yin Yang Martini, which I always order. And it's chocolate and vanilla with little chocolate pieces. Anyway, I've had this before and it's delicious, so I always get it when I come here. When you come to fondue, you get choices of what you want. So you get to choose a cheese. We're doing the big night out, which is their 4-course meal. You get to choose which cheese you want. You get to choose what cooking style you want and what you want to cook in that. You get to choose your salad and you get to choose your dessert fondue. We chose the bacon jalapeno cheese. We usually get the Fiesta cheese, but we thought we'd branch out and try something different. I don't think we'll regret it. Honestly, all of the cheese choices sounded really good. And then we also chose salads. Josh got the California salad? Yeah, California salad, and I got the Caesar salad. And then we chose our cooking style as coca vin, which is a French style with sort of red wine-ish.
So what we got is the jalapeno bacon cheese fondue, and it started off with some garlic and shallots that were in a white wine. I'm trying to remember that type of
Chablis.
Chablis. And then they add their typical cheese blend, which is raclette and fontina and
Gruyere.
Gruyere, 1/3, 1/3. And that's all mixed up with and he added a little bit extra wine to get it more consistent. And bacon was added as well because he referred to it as America's candy. It's a very good description.
It's America's candy.
We had 2 scoops of jalapeno added, so it's about a medium spice. And then a little bit of black pepper. Got it nice and consistent.
Yep.
We have apples, 2 types of bread. We have some carrots, some broccoli, and some cauliflower.
Yeah, these are Granny Smith apples, so they're not super
so
sweet
good.
in of themselves.
And
And
then
then,
to start off with.
yeah, like a honey wheat bread, I think he said, as well as like regular white bread. So we're gonna dig into this.
Look, Mom, I'll eat my broccoli. Oh, not cauliflower.
The salads have arrived. This is the Caesar salad. It's very traditional Caesar salad, but it comes with pine nuts, which is not traditional, but I love them just the same. And Josh got the California salad.
Which comes with, I think it's walnuts and
Walnuts and I think pecans.
pecans.
And then there's a sort of a raspberry vinaigrette
Vinaigrette.
dressing.
Correct.
I've had that before too. I like it, but I like this better. And one of the things I love that they serve with it is this garlic and wine seasoning, which is good on everything here, but particularly on the salads. So gonna dig into this. They brought out the cooking liquid to warm up while we're eating our salads. Right now it's just broth, but they'll add some red wine burgundy to it and some other spices. They also bring out these plates for each of us, which are segmented so that they bring you a lot of sauces, which I'll show you once they come out. But this is so you can have different sauces in different areas of your plate, and then you can have your entree areas and sauce areas if you want to. We typically just kind of dip because we don't care if we double dip with each other, but if we were other people, then I would scoop out some of the dips and put them there and use that instead. During the social distancing, they have these signs. The most important thing is that if you have a party of 4 or less, you can only be here for an hour and 45 minutes, and 5 or more, 2 hours and 45 minutes. And typically it doesn't take us that long to eat, but there were times when we've been here with a lot of people where we were here for 3 or so hours.
Yeah.
It was a long time. And many years ago, I had a birthday here, and we had 14 or 15 people, and we were here for
At least 3 hours.
3 or 4 hours. It was a long time, but it was still a good time.
It was a
But
great time.
now you can only be here for so long, And I think mostly so that they can cycle more people through, honestly, because they can't fill up the place. There's only so many people they can have. Like, there's a booth over there that's completely empty, and a booth over there that's completely empty. The one behind Josh is completely empty, so they're spacing us all out, so they can't be at capacity, and this is a way for them to keep up their revenue because they can't pack the place, which makes sense. Okay, they put the burgundy in there, and
the pink now.
yeah, you can see the pink in there now. Josh is using what's called the search and rescue spoon in case things get... Scuba Steve is what he called it.
Mushrooms,
so they put
potatoes.
shallots and they put mushrooms in there and just kind of flavor it, and then they put broccoli, mushrooms, and some little potatoes in there, and they will just kind of soak up the flavor, and you can just eat those when you want to. Here are the sauces we were talking about. So if we can remember them all, remember
Green
this.
Goddess.
This is the Green Goddess.
Angry cocktail sauce.
Angry cocktail sauce, which is 80% horseradish.
The blue cheese.
It's a gorgonzola blue cheese kind
for
of.
the red meat.
Yeah, it's good with the red meat.
That's
teriyaki.
Yes, I'll take that. Actually, I don't even know if we need to, but
And that's a curry.
that was
And
the plum.
that was the plum.
We
And here
have-
are the meats.
Shrimp, which we actually
obviously.
replaced the
We had This comes with salmon, but neither of us are big salmon fans, so we switched it out for more shrimp. This is a teriyaki. I'm sorry, no, this is a beef.
the teriyaki.
Teriyaki
and
beef.
Sesame.
That is chicken.
And that is center cut steak.
Yeah, center cut steak.
And then these are little cheese, like raviolis or cheese.
Yeah, little cheese
Tortellas.
ravioli kind of things. Everything cooks for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes is medium rare for the meat, or the beef. And you take your little skewer fork, so I'm going to just grab shrimp
Drop it right in.
and just drop it right in. And then they give you multiples of these, and everybody has different colors. Like Josh has that sort of peach color, and mine are kind of gray. And so what else do I want? I want some of this. Drop that in there.
There you go.
I don't really time it. I just kind of look at it and see if it looks cooked or not.
The
And
one
I'm
thing
gonna
we're
go for
specific on is the chicken because
Yeah,
you
the
want
one-
the chicken to be cooked.
The chicken has to be cooked, so you want to cut that open and make sure that it's all white inside before you eat it.
Otherwise, it's easy to tell on the shrimp. It's easy, relatively.
Yeah, you can always tell
on
when
the
shrimp is
steak.
cooked. You can tell when the shrimp or the steak is cooked. Plus, the steak doesn't have to be cooked all the way through. You could have it all the way from, medium rare to well done if you want to. I'm going to drop these in though, the little raviolis. Let them float around in there for a little while and cook,
They can be scooped
and then we'll
out.
scoop them out. So now we just have to wait. So here's the opportunity, if you're here with friends, to converse while you're
Interact.
cooking and interact. And so I've gotten through a lot of my yin yang martini, and they've been very attentive coming back with the water. Starting with the shrimp, I put some of the angry cocktail sauce on it. It's about to clear up my sinuses, I bet. See how this goes. Oh yeah, perfectly cooked. That means my other ones have to be.
Pretty close.
Oh yeah, that beef looks pretty good. And how's my chicken looking? I think the chicken could use a little bit more. Sometimes it's hard to tell because it's spiced, so I have to cut it open, but with the chicken I want to be sure that it's cooked. And they suggest not eating off your forks anymore, or not eating off the fondue forks anymore like we did with the bread for the cheese, because this is actually very hot. So just put it here on my plate as soon as I can get it off. And then I have to choose a sauce. It's already teriyaki. No, actually this one wasn't the teriyaki.
So that's recommended.
Yeah,
the
the
curry's
gorgonzola.
probably really good.
Yeah, I'll probably try some curry. We'll see how it goes. Josh is cutting open his... Oh, that is perfectly cooked for him. Oh yeah. What sauce you gonna use, Josh?
I'm gonna try that gorgonzola
All right,
cheese.
gorgonzola.
Because that's always something I love.
All right, try that. Let me know what you think. All right. Delicious.
It's very good. It's a very good cut of meat, well cooked.
Tender.
Good flavor. Yes, very. You'll find that out.
All right, here's my chicken. It is bone white. I'm not sure if you can tell in this light, but it is. I think I'm gonna use some, I don't know. Let's put some teriyaki on that. On one side, so some teriyaki. That looks good.
You want some of the
And then I think some of the plum sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the plum too.
Put that on
Curious about the
there.
plum.
Try those. Josh's gonna try the plum sauce too. All right, I'm gonna try the plum first. Yeah, it's kind of a sweet.
That's what I was hoping for.
It's an unusual flavor.
That is a little unusual. That's really good.
Yeah, the teriyaki. Tastes like teriyaki, but
Well cooked.
I like teriyaki. Oh yeah, that's cooked. All right, what should I try next? I haven't had any of this beef yet. At least I don't think I did.
We're doing very well, thank you.
That's going in, and I'm gonna try another shrimp because we have most of that. Lots
You
of
want one
that.
of these guys?
Oh yeah, just pulled out the ravioli.
Where's the other guy? I can see him. Nope.
Oh,
that's
there's a potato though.
Here.
Yeah. Ooh,
Gotcha. There you go.
awesome. You can see how it's taken on the color of the other potato for Josh. Yeah, the ravioli's in there. Oh, it's over there, I think.
Okay. No, I think that's a potato.
Over there.
Oh no, there you go.
Yep, right there.
Come here.
So these is perfect
Wow,
because
opened up. I think that's made it lost the cheese.
typically when we've come here before, it's always been little raviolis, and they always fall apart. Like they always do. This is a better way because it seems to stick together and didn't fall apart in the actual cooking liquid. I fished out one of the broccoli, which is perfectly cooked. It's taken on some of that color, and then I'm gonna go with the green goddess because that actually works really well with the vegetables. Honestly, it works good on anything, but it works really well on the vegetables.
I said the broccoli's
So
really good.
this might be a little hot, so
Really
let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, it's really good. I don't know what I should have with my ravioli. Maybe some curry?
Try a plain though too.
Just try it by itself. See, it's ravioli flavored. Alright. My shrimp should definitely be done that I put in. Yep. I always eat that with the angry cocktail. There's just no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no choice. And might as well put another shrimp because we have so much.
I know, it's wonderful. I love having all that shrimp.
Oh, I do too. I'm a big shrimp fan. One common complaint I hear about going to fondue is its expense, and that's true. It is actually expensive. And I'll show you the bill at the end of this because it's not cheap. But that's one common thing. The other complaint is people think, oh, I'm not going to get full, though the portions are so little. I mean, I agree with you, the portions are small, they look small, but oh my gosh, by the end of this, I'm always so full. After the 4 courses, like, I'd be full after this, and then there's still a chocolate course coming. So it is, I've never met anybody who's ever come here and not been completely full afterwards because of the amount of food that you get. It looks small, but there's a lot of it.
Let's say I think there were almost 12 pieces of shrimp, 6 pieces of steak, 6 pieces of the other steak, 4 pieces of 6 pieces of chicken,
I mean, I'm
plus
not sure
the
how many
vegetables.
ounces altogether,
Oh yeah,
but
it's more than
a lot
enough.
of food. It really is a lot of food. I mentioned that we were here for my birthday dinner, and in celebration of my birthday and us coming out, they gave us some champagne to toast to it. Yay, burning fondue. Giant birthday candle.
Better if you want it here for you.
That's
Do you mind if I
awesome.
was to kind of be consonant?
No, I don't
That's
mind at all.
beautiful.
It's going to change color flame and it's going to make it slurp quite a bit, so you might want to protect your eyebrows. I like one table told me before, it's okay because they're drawn on anyways.
Sounds like someone's family I know, and not mine. Wonderful.
Alright, so for step 2, we're going to go ahead and add in the bourbon. If you don't want it to taste like alcohol, which I'm sure you don't mind, let it start steaming. It'll steam it all out.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't tell people how to live, and you can choose when you really want to start. Nice and mixed in here.
We got the bourbon pecan, which is a lot like a turtle,
Yes.
except
Instead of milk.
milk chocolate, it's a dark chocolate. Sometimes I feel like the milk's a little too sweet, especially when you see what we're going to be dipping in it
So
here.
good with dark chocolate.
So we have bananas, pineapples, pound cake, and those are marshmallows over there, strawberries obviously, some Rice Krispie treats, some like brownies and like blondies kind of looking things, little cookie things. And then, but sometimes if you dip them in milk chocolate, it's a little sweet for us,
This
so
is
we
gonna be
tend to like the dark
wonderful.
chocolate ones. Yeah. I'm looking forward to dipping into this too. This one we can actually eat off the forks. They take away all of your other stuff and bring you a new plate and a new fork. I got black now and Josh has blue. And you can eat right off this. So I am gonna try, well, you try the strawberry, let me know if it's still a little boozy.
Well, I'm sure it is. It's barely steamed away like you said it would.
What do you think?
First of all, it's wonderful because it's dark chocolate. Secondly, it's barely boozy, at least to me.
Okay, I'm gonna try banana.
I didn't think it was that boozy at all.
Banana. It's actually still a little cool. It hasn't completely warmed up yet. Yeah, that's good. It's really good.
Not everything is able to really be dunked.
Yeah, if you dunk the cake, it's probably just gonna fall apart.
So you can
But
pour
the
over it.
Rice Krispie treats are solid enough to stay together. Let's see if it's warmed up yet. Oh, I'm dripping.
A little bit. Still not that warm.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you don't want it too hot because then you burn your mouth.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. I don't know.
We haven't done pineapples before. This is
Yeah, I
new.
don't know if they've ever given us pineapples in the past. So, I mean, I love chocolate covered, well, almost anything. I'm gonna try the pineapple, see what I think.
I'd be curious because it's not usually my cup of tea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, chocolate and citrus. Let me know what you think, Josh.
I see. I like chocolate and citrus as a general rule. I do. Usually orange.
Try that out, see what you think. I thought it was pretty good. Got that kind of sweet and sour thing
Yes.
going.
That was quite good.
All right, I'm gonna try now. Strawberry. Chocolate covered strawberries are very traditional. Not surprising there, but still delicious. This is very drippy more than the other ones. Everything else held together a little better, but you can see that this drips more. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. We have this much left and I'm pretty much done. I'm full. Josh is still
Still
kicking a
going.
little bit. Strawberry, is that what that
I'm
is?
no quitter.
I could eat more, but I would hate myself, and everything left is pretty heavy, so no more for me. That's pretty typical, though. I don't think we ever get through all of the dessert. Even with dark chocolate, it's still very rich. I mean, because you're eating all this sweet stuff and with more chocolate, so this is the course that I have the hardest trouble getting through. Plus, it's the last one. So all the rest of the food has been filling up my stomach. I mean, it's good. Like, it is delicious. This is... I don't think you go wrong with any of the chocolates. We just have preferences. Okay, and what is the damage?
There you go.
There you go. Like
That's
I said,
a good
it's
number,
not
though.
cheap.
141.
The big night out was 120 essentially, and then the Yin Yang Martini was another 12. So this, and of course we'll throw a tip on there. So it ends up being really expensive. We don't do this very often. In fact, we haven't been here in a very long
A couple
time.
years now, I think.
It's been many years, only for special occasions.
Not even
But
a
it
year.
is not cheap. But
We
we
love
always
it, though.
leave very satisfied, and I'm glad we did it. Here we are at the entrance of the melting pot. I love the brickwork and all the garnishes. This used to be a public library, and supposedly it's haunted. It was something else before a library too. I don't remember what it was. Like a jail, like a local jail, and then eventually became a public library. Supposedly it's haunted like all those buildings are. They have indoor seating where we were, and then there's also some outdoor seating here as well. We would have been okay with either. They didn't give us a choice. Anything would have been fine. And then because I'm a member of their club, I got free chocolate covered strawberries to take home with me. I couldn't possibly eat them now. For my birthday, every year for your birthday, they'll give you a little coupon for free chocolate covered strawberries. One final thing is we are at the Littleton location. There's also one up north. We're at Littleton, and typically they have valet, but not right now because of everything going on. So you just park yourself down here in their parking lot. Thank you for joining us on our trip to the melting pot. It was delicious, it was expensive, but it was so good overall. I'll see you in my next video.